Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday reading. Hope you all are doing well. If you haven't joined before, type me please for a card and I'll get to as many people as I can in our time together. Let's see. Today we are using Lotus Way's Quiet Mind Spray. It's flower essence spray. It's meant to be used often to get the best out of it. And then check out this awesome Zambian citrine. Yeah, this is a very powerful alignment with abundance and ease energy today. Always using the Yantra Deck as our first thing, and we've got the secret language of light for our individual readings. Let's see, a couple things. I'm added a radical forgiveness gameplay, which is it's based on Colin Tipping's book, Radical Forgiveness, but it's called Satori, and it's a game you play that literally helps you rewrite and reframe some things that you're upset about. So I have a virtual option and I have an in-person option. If you guys want to check that out, you can find those on my events page. It's a really great way. It's a couple hours. I'm going to be facilitating it. It's a really great way to kind of like move out some static. We always have our sound healings. We have 3 a month now on the offerings. And then we've got our fusion healing coming up in the middle of the month. We've got some clarity breath work on the schedule. And then at the end of April, we're going to have our connecting with the guides group reading. We had a really powerful light council channel this last Friday. So it's always interesting. All right, so let's do this. Just so you guys know, YouTube lets people comment earlier. So people have been on as early as 7:30 this morning saying me, please. So I'm going down a list. If you want to get on that YouTube bandwagon there, you can subscribe to my channel. There's also a bell button, which will tell you when I go live so you can remember. But let's just get started here with our weekly reading, okay? All right, so first reading is Love Disconnected, okay? So lots of stuff coming up about, corrective actions that are needed with relationships, returning to self-love and not abandoning yourself, being in connection with what love means in your mind versus what my love means in your body, okay? So when this is sideways, this is like acts of love this week, especially at the beginning of the week, okay? The card that is asking you to really hold the energy of being the source of your own happiness, okay? Taking full responsibility for your experiences this week. That's going to be very important. It normally is, but this week it's going to be exceptionally important. And towards the end of the week, communication is a little crunchy. Be impeccable with your words. Say what you mean. Don't say anything extra or anything more. And stop talking when it's time to stop talking. That's going to be towards the end of the week. Okay. So, source of your own happiness is the biggest takeaway there. All right. Let's get started. All right. So, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a 1, 2, 3. This is your first personal card. It's going to build on the reading we just did. Okay. So, if you're watching this later, you can participate by listening here. If you're watching live with me, do pay attention to other messages too that resonate, because we'll start to get the cards coming 3 times, and then that means it's a collective message. Okay. So, so here we go. All right. 1, 2, 3. You're just going to check in with yourself. Okay. So you're just going to check in with which number is really calling to you today. Okay. And now that you've established that, here's your first card. Okay. If you picked 1, you're working on Vesica Pisces. So this energy is very much about, you can see the union of the concentric circles over and over. It's that, remember, the source of my own happiness. If I'm in the source of my own happiness and you're in the source of your own happiness, then together we can join in that happiness space versus the suffering space. Okay. A lot of times we are suffering together, and that's not necessarily really helpful. Okay. So whispers, for those of you who picked 2, this is very much about asking to like really be in the subtle awareness this week, just noticing what's whispering to you from the light codes. Okay. So when you see, a feather to give you a hello, or when you feel like there's just a subtle sensation that was telling you that wasn't the right way to go. Pay attention to those things this week, okay? And if you are on the threes today, this week, you're going to be visualizing. Okay, so it's going to be really important for every single day to wake up, set an intention, visualize in to what you want to experience, and even kind of just your future, what it would feel like to have things working out. All right. Courtney, you were up early today. All right, here is your card. You're going to be working with the divine animals this week. Okay, so this could mean your actual animals that are, pets or nature animals that are around you, but it also can mean that if you dream about animals this week or you have a sensation to work with the quality of an animal. See, there's a lion in this one. Okay, there's going to be some extracting of that kind of like metaphor from the animal kingdom this week. Animal kingdom is a lot less, jumbled in their space as we are. So getting a little bit more clear with that. Gina, you're going to be working on creating some space, okay? So making some room for yourself to really enjoy your life and not necessarily always being, up against everybody else's demands, that kind of thing. Okay. Heidi, happy Easter. Okay, expansion. Here we go. This is a week for you to really expand. See, it's more about that upper center. See how the picture, the person is at the bottom of the picture, but really most of the image is up in the consciousness. So expand your relationship with consciousness this week, really reaching up to those higher truths, maybe meditate more, be more, especially when you're thinking about being the source of your own happiness. What is it? How does you expand when you're happy? Kimberly, you're working on soul mating. Okay. So this is basically going to be with your soul family. So people that you feel really drawn or connected to, maybe not blood related. So this week, just really focusing on those primary relationships, making sure that they are nurtured and nourished, especially if they're sources of happiness for you. Because remember, we're working on being the source of our own happiness, but relationships require bank accounts, right? So like I make a deposit and a withdrawal, you do the same. We're in balance in our giving and receiving overall, that kind of thing. All right, Cynthia, you also are working on soul mating. Okay, so again, primary relationships, we get what we give, especially when it comes to like a heart connection and listening and being willing to share with somebody in what their experiences are, even if they're different from your own. Okay, Jenny, you've got there is only light. Okay, so this message is like even the shadows are created because of the light. Okay, so everything is okay. Everything is an expression of light, even when it doesn't feel like it is. Again, that going back to that source of your own happiness energy, you want to really be aware that when you're looking at things, try to find the light in all things this week. Okay, and Garen, you're going to focus on this week. Oh, third time's a charm, you guys. So there it is. That's for all of us, soul mating, which means I'm going to pull the book out and just give you a little words from the author. Okay, so Denise Jarvie is the author here. Okay, so this is really interesting. It's come so fast, that quick. But this is what I mean when it's for all of us. Okay, it says, a new encounter or deepening of an already existing union will profoundly change the way you receive and perceive unconditional love. Chemistry between two people does not mean they are life partners. You have entered each other's life to awaken, expand, and open your hearts to so wide that they can never close again. Okay, so really leaning into happiness and sharing that happiness with your primary relationships this week. Okay, so third time's a charm. That message is for all of us, but those of you who have gotten it directly, it's going to be really profound for you to focus on. Okay, Joe, you got whispers. If you picked two at the beginning, you're getting double down on. Just really pay attention to the subtle messages, the subtle signs that all is okay, all is on your side, that kind of thing. Okay, and Rhiannon, let's see. Oh, fourth time, soul mating. Okay, so again, really working on expanding those primary relationships. I'm going to read a little bit more because it's come up. Okay, time is not necessary to shift the cogs of your heart and feel the absolute ecstasy of you. A moment you can open up to your euphoria. The purpose of a soul relationship is to mirror your love and light and melt away any hard edges and walls you have built. All right. So really being able to be love already recognized. Okay. So again, fourth time we've seen that, you guys. So pay attention to the soul mating this week. Tip: ask your soul what it wants. Okay. So getting past again that mind up, and asking, really asking for that, not what's, gonna help propel, my bank account or like put myself in a safety position, but what does my crown chakra want? What do I really want to be doing with my time and energy at this time? So a little bit of asking upward, okay? Focusing on that, especially with that being the source of your own happiness. Diane, you're going to work on channeling energies this week, okay? So this is where can you find your divine purposing energies, your action-oriented self that says, I can do this just because I can channel that divine energy that's running through me. Okay, so just kind of being aware of that this week. Okay. Tanya, you're going to be working with alignment. Okay. So every single day, bless those energy centers. Okay. So really go in there to talk to those chakras. If you don't know what those are, there's some information on my website. There's information out there all over the place about this because chakras are really pretty common. So just kind of really working on aligning yourself with those and noticing where energy might be a little pinched off. That will be where you'll get your most benefit. Cece, you're going to work on getting some insight this week. Okay. So this is very body focused card. See how mostly the focus is on the physical, activating insight into yourself, integrating what you've already known, making it more true and not efforting so much about trying to find it, but just knowing that it's already there and give yourself that space. Okay. All right, Blossoming Lotus and Shannon. Blossoming Lotus, you're going to work with the soul tree energy, okay? So deep wisdom into the earth, grounded, knowing that the tree observes from one spot, the same location, and what that wisdom looks like different from us who are nomadic and move around. Just paying attention, maybe even hug a tree. Shannon, you're working with variance this week, okay? What that means is that there's lots of different versions of truth out there, and that is okay. Okay, this is what we require of our planet in order to be healthy, is diversity. That our bodies require diversity, and our mind and spirits also thrive in diversity. So variance is like, notice where things are different than what you are, and let that be okay, okay? All right. You're welcome. Happy Easter. All right, Janelle, you're going to be remembering some things this week, okay? So really be sure to be available to that remembering. Remember what you know in this lifetime. Remember what you know in any lifetime. Give yourself the chance to really journal. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your impulses. And see, especially with that source of your own happiness stuff, okay? All right, and Donnie, you also got There's Only Light, okay? So second time we've seen that. So it just means that we are not going to be focusing on the negativity or the darkness, or if we do see it, it's contrasting some light. The darker it feels, the brighter the light behind it. So look for the light. All right, Christy, you're working on soul writing. Okay, so some sitting down and maybe even automatic writing. So write a question, answer a question, that kind of thing. Okay, Kira, you're going to be focusing on divine feminine energies this week. So the feminine energy is about being, okay? Being with yourself. It's a we, not me energy. When you think of the source of your own happiness card, you're thinking feminine, likes to share. When the feminine energy is available, it gets more out of sharing its happiness with others, okay? Finn, you're going to be working on visualize. Okay. So this is, if you picked 3 at the beginning, this is you again saying, okay, this week I'm going to start visioning into my future, visioning into my life, all of those good things. Okay. Lisa, 3rd time's a charm for There's Only Light. Okay. So I'm going to bring the book up, but you guys, this is a reminder. This is a big reminder that even when there's big things to see that feel kind of heavy. Okay. So light is sought after and extraordinary. We seek clarity of light and lightness of being and light bulb moments. Light bypasses the analytical mind and takes us straight to living wisdom. It is time for you to step into your shining light. Be illuminated. Let light in. Today is the day to release any disturbances in your energy. Happiness will come naturally unless you do something to prevent this from happening. Okay, so we're focused on happy this week. So if something is not making you happy, look somewhere else. If it's telling you you want something else, do something else. Okay, Miranda. Oh, yeah, going through a hard time. You'll make it out. Trust me. I've had many of those myself. And the energies right now are super crunchy. Lots of facing things. So, but this week, I mean, the happiness card is good. So take responsibility for your own happiness. Oh, and look what you got. Let go. It's okay. Slice away those relationships, those wounds that are not serving you anymore, and let yourself be in the light. As we've been told, everything is light, and look for those relationships that are going to support you during this time. Robin, you are working on expansion. So see the upper part, reaching past your analytical mind into your expansive soul self this week. Maybe spending some time in nature, or really activating, thinking upward in your thinking. And Jordan, you're getting encouraged to meditate. All right, so really, whatever that looks like for you. Okay, I'm really finding right now that it's important for us to get into a rhythm that makes sense for us and not to just force meditation. So really think about what meditation means to you. Maybe meditation is a walk in nature. Maybe meditation is skiing down a hill. Who knows? Okay, Austin, you're working on manifestation. Woohoo, look at that. You're going to get yourself some evidence that what you've been doing is going to start working, especially when you stay in your happiness. That happiness ownership actually really helps you open up to the fields of manifestation even more. Okay. Janice, I shuffled. We want to keep talking about manifestation, apparently. Okay. So sometimes, it's not even, it's just something small. It can be something that isn't even expected, that just comes and says, I am showing you how when you have a thought, it becomes a thing. So this week, really paying attention, especially to the light stuff, okay? The stuff that is important, and your single relationships. Kalina, you're going to be working on alignment this week, okay? So again, activating those centers inside yourself every single day, really giving yourself an awareness that you have little energy wisdom in each center, and as they're activated, they become more and more involved in your life and how you manifest your life. Okay, Nicole, Seth, and Addison. Nicole, meditation for you. Okay, giving yourself some time to really just be in the space, and really whatever comes out of that might be more profound, especially if you meditate on being the source of your own happiness. Seth, third time's a charm for expansion. So I'm going to read a little bit of this for us all, but this is for you to listen to. So we're expanding. I think this might be the last card of the deck. No, let your light shine is. Almost, second last card. Are you keeping up with your life and all you want to create, or are you holding yourself back with what ifs or buts? You limit your life through beliefs. Everything you say and everything you do becomes true for you, and its platform in the end on which you build your life. The playing field of life is unlimited and loving. You are unlimited and loving and wondrous part of creation. You are perfect right here and now. I can go on, but you kind of get the message. We're basically being said to us, okay, there's only light. You can expand into past those beliefs of what's saying I can't be happy, and go be happy. Addison, you're going to work on soul name, okay? Not what you were named as a human, not what you've labeled things, but what does your soul resonate with? This week would be a good week, especially with the happiness message of like, if you had a soul name, what would it be? And how would you talk to it differently than you talk to yourself or others? Karen, third time's a charm for meditation for us all. Okay. So here we go. This is going to be a week for us to go in. It is time to begin or resume a meditation practice, gently reflecting on how far you've come. Emotional mastery means choosing to be in charge of your life by adjusting your emotions, ideas, and intellect to something that feels easier and softer. This discipline will liberate you by opening a door into tranquility and wisdom of your soul's love. Okay, so source of our own happiness. soul mating, and there's only light, and meditate on that. Bahar, you are working on some transformation. Okay. So big things are happening and integrating for you right now, probably in regards to your own happiness, in regards to how you let yourself be happy or give yourself happiness versus let someone else disturb that peace. Okay. Reese, you're going to work on your inner voice. Be very kind to yourself. Be sure you're saying to yourself the things you wish to encourage. If you have a negative self-talk, it'd be very good to discipline that this week. Okay. Naomi. Okay. I always feel like I'm saying this one wrong. Vesca, Pisces. If you picked one at the beginning, the second time we've seen this card is really about, if we go back to that soul mating card too, singular creation space, sharing yourself fully with another, moving away from things that are not serving you, fully from yourself. Don't leave parts of yourself behind where you don't want to be left behind. Move away. Think of that. Move in. Think of that as a whole. Okay. All right, Terry. You're going to work on your inner voice this week too. Okay. So really being sure to acknowledge that you're going to be kind to yourself. You know, a lot of times I think we make fun of ourselves. We tease ourselves. It's great to be laughing at yourself and not take yourself so seriously, but don't cut yourself down, especially in your own mind. Okay. Oh, interesting. Seriously wonderful says Rob's name was at the top. Well, Rob is normally there. Oh, I see you there. Rob's right there now. Okay. I'm getting to you, Rob. Thanks, Courtney, for that. I didn't see that till just now. But okay, Gina, you're next. Awakening is for you. Okay. So really awakening this week to what even happiness means to you. Wakening up to what even are those soul mating contracts that you have. Really allowing yourself to be super awake this week. Okay. Rob, you are going to work on divine feminine energy. Okay. So remember, that's the second time we've seen this, but remember the feminine is we, not I. And it's that really creation, nurturing, think of the womb and gestation, especially when it comes to our own happiness, letting things brew and come to fruition. Okay. So really focusing on that this week. Be as much as you can. So just do. All right, Deanna. Oh, I shuffled. This is third time's a charm for us now. Okay. All right. So here we go. I'm going to read a little bit from the book. Look beyond the obvious and the superficial into the heart of the matter, peer deeper into the hidden and explore the mysterious. Remember your vast potential and unlimited possibilities available to you. It's time to trust your intuition, your inner voice, and your instincts. It may also be time for stillness, for there is unseen forces at work, orchestrating the whole universe to bring intense and beautiful experiences in your life. Allow yourself to receive all that you want. Okay? So happiness, all that you want. I mean, come on, it can't get any better than that, right? Okay. Okay, so here we go. We got Crystal. All right. So Crystal, you're okay. Third time, fourth time. This is divine masculine. Okay. So we're gonna just take this as this is the first time we see in divine masculine, but I'm just kind of taking this as something that is telling us to balance the giving and receiving world. Now that if we focus on giving, doing, singular action, destroy the things that need to be destroyed. That's another thing, like clearing the garden. It's not bad destruction, it's healthy destruction. Okay. So this week, just really focusing on single focus for you. Okay. Lewis, I see you there, and I see that you say, don't do me. It'll be okay. Well, if you want to be inappropriate, okay. I won't put that comment up. I'll just leave that comment. Natalie, you're working with divine animals. Okay. So divine animals all around, maybe psychic animals as well as your intuition. Give yourself give yourself an opportunity to put yourself in alignment with the energy of the natural kingdom, how the animals work, how they work differently than us, how they don't necessarily get wrapped up into stuff that we don't, yeah. Anyway. All right. Sherry. Okay. Sherry. Okay, divine masculine for you too. So Crystal and you are working on a singular action, taking responsibility for your own happiness in an action way, giving yourself the opportunity to really put yourself in alignment with, what is mine to do and how can I do it, and do it with full responsibility and happiness in my heart, not resentment. Okay, that's another part of it. All right, Jennifer, if you want a card, you have to just type me, please, and I'll get you one. And Lewis, would be nice if you would not tease like that anymore. Super distracting. Clara, okay, here we go. Soul name for you, okay? So this card is basically telling you to take a minute to get to know yourself on that soul level one more time, okay? The soul comes here to do something. It comes here on purpose. You're here at this time on purpose. This is a super powerful time to be in a body. And this knowing yourself fully gives yourself an opportunity to really drop into that, okay? All right. Okay. So Jennifer, I'm a little confused by, I guess maybe you got two different names here, but I'm going to say Sujal. Okay. Here's your focus for the week. This is focus for the week. Now, we have already uncovered, we are focusing on being the source of our own happiness, focused on our singular relationships. There is only light, not darkness. Putting ourselves in a meditative state, focusing on the divine feminine. And for you, remember that you are here on purpose. Remember that everything you're experiencing is set up for your divine order. There is nothing wrong with what is happening in the situation right now. It just may feel like it. Now, you guys, remember I set up that Satori, that virtual game to play, because I think it's really important right now for us to have, I'm going to post into the comments. There is an in-person and a virtual. You only play with 5 spots because it is very personal and all of those good things. So here is I'm going to put it in the comments. That's where you can sign up if you guys are having a hard time right now and you need to be supported in rethinking that would be a good place to go. All right. Thanks, Clara. I appreciate you too. Okay. So if you guys are hanging out, we have about 3 minutes left together, and I appreciate you spending this Sunday with me. I am going to be online next Sunday as well. Most Sundays, if I can, I'm here at this time. If you guys also, if you go to my website and sign up for my newsletter, you'll get notifications about when I'm about to go live in 30 minutes, that kind of stuff. So here, let me put this banner up. If you're still there, you can do me, please. I'm going to do one for Matt. Okay. All right. So Matt's working on enlightenment. Okay. Not a small task, right? Being more illuminated in understanding and experience. Okay. Sure thing, Kim. Nick of time. We got you. Kim, you're working with your soul family this week, okay? So this source your own happiness, soul family energy. So this is really kind of understanding who makes you happy, who you feel soul connected with, not just your physical reality, but the reality of who you are, connected to on many lifetimes, many levels. That's who to focus on this week. We got that soul mating card that's for all of us. So that's telling you that if your soul family needs a little extra love and attention this week, and it's your source of happiness, nurture it like they're nobody's business. Okay. All right. So let's do real quick. Let's do April, since we have a little bit of time at the end here. Let's just do some cards for April. And then I will get to, okay. April 2024 is coming in with honesty. Woohoo. Okay. Be brave enough to limit. So we got a lot of messages today about limiting beliefs and letting those limiting beliefs go. This week is a good week for you to acknowledge how to be honest with yourself. This is a good month for you to acknowledge how to be honest with yourself, how to be an awareness of where you are limiting yourself. This is your focus. Presence and listening. What is distracting you? What is burning you out? What are you listening to that is not helping you stay present? Be focused on cleaning that up in April. Now, April, in many levels, has promised to be discombobulating. So I just know this from lots of various sources. And I just want you to remember that this is up to you to stay present and listen to yourself versus the noise. Okay. Ending the month with now kind of worrying about a little bit of the future, especially being in a future self. So this month might have a little bit of a a crunchiness around being able to be honest with ourselves and be present with what's going on and not be constantly shooting ourselves into the future in our mind and our spirits and our planning. Okay. So that looks like it'll be the end of April there. Okay, you guys, go be amazing.